Somebody will stop chewing on my little Loom Cube light. Not kitty proof. Hey, kitty, can you stay here? Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. If you guys haven't been following me, my name is Alicia of Plant-Based Sally, and my husband and I have decided recently to make a big move. We, with our 3 cats, are moving from San Diego County to Northern California in Sonoma County. At least that is the plan, that is the goal. And I feel like I need to give you guys an update video because today is Monday and we are leaving next Monday. I cannot even wrap my mind around that right now, but it is the truth either way. We have sold our house, we've closed escrow, and our last day of renting back is this next Monday. So we have been prepping everything here. We've been doing, I like to think, really well so far in the packing department, but at the very least I need to get an update out here, and that will even help me wrap my mind around everything going on, what we need to do. I do have a to-do list that I have been working off of to keep myself on track because there's a lot. We, as I mentioned, sold our townhouse down here. We have a tiny house being built, property that we are trying to purchase in escrow, but it is seeming oh so complicated. It's like the drama is compounding in the property purchasing situation. And once everything is once the property becomes ours, if it does ever actually become ours, I will 100% do a video on it because it's so crazy. Before I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna dive into it. Yes, this is insane, but I want to wait until everything's closed. I don't want to add more drama to the mix. So initially we were planning on the tiny house being finished on the day that we were leaving here, and we would have it transported up to Northern California onto our property, and we would then stay on our property. But because our property is now in question, we are looking for a campsite that will have all the hookups, like an RV park campsite that we can stay at for 30 days or so, and while squaring things away. But we also just found out that our tiny house is now going to be done instead of on that Monday. She's suggesting that we get it picked up for delivery that following Saturday. So almost a week, it's a full business week later than expected. So that was a little bit of a wrench in the plans. There's so many question marks and so many changing things right now that it's like, I just need to be positive. And this has been overwhelming me a little bit, even though I feel like I haven't been letting myself feel it necessarily. It slowed me down productive-wise, just feeling so subconsciously overwhelmed. I don't know. So we ended up finding somewhere, oh my gosh, the cutest Airbnb. It's gonna be great. It's in the middle of a huge forested area. They are pet friendly. We are staying there for just over a week. We have scheduled for the Monday that we're leaving, so in a week, that Monday through the following Monday, which is Halloween, which is kind of funny because I enjoy some aspects of Halloween. Things can be fun. I'm not a big fan of the spooky. We've been watching a couple different things on like the streaming networks that are my kind of spooky. It's like the spooky that I can handle, but a lot of them have been centered around haunted houses. So I've just been like messing with myself, thinking like, oh yeah, you're gonna stay at a cabin in the woods on Halloween? Sure, it's gonna go great, but it'll be a blast. It's gorgeous. I'm actually really excited about that. The kitchen is really pretty, so I think that that'll be a good opportunity for me to get some like what I eat in a day videos out and just a really fun environment, switch it up a little bit for me mentally. So we are gonna be staying there for a week. I think it's gonna be awesome. And then the plan is my mom, thanks mom, has offered to drive up with us to bring our things that will go in the tiny house up. But our tiny house, now that it will be done a bit later, we are needing to speak with her about this still, because she has a 4Runner and a trailer because of the type of work that she does. And then when our tiny house comes up a week after expected and after we've been staying in this Airbnb, she can drive all of our stuff up. Ideally, all of this ends up being at a campsite that we found that has really good hookups. So then our tiny house will get delivered, everything will get put into it, set up, we will see how things go with the property. Hi, Lumia. Show him your butt. Where are you gonna go? Right there? That's kind of cute. It's great. Don't eat the little cute. Hi, Mr. Man. Gonna lay down? Hi. There we go. Perfect little spot. Mr. Foxy. He's playing with my nails. Just repainted my nails today. Same color as last time, the Olive and June Caramel Budino. I feel like it kind of matches his orange fur. Isn't that cute? A little foxy color. I was saying, we have a pod being delivered this next Friday. We'll have it through the weekend, and then it gets picked up on Monday when we're leaving. Everything that we don't need right away is going to go in the pod, and we'll just keep paying for the pod to be stored until we have our property, and then we'll have the pod delivered to the property, buy a shipping container, have things moved into that, and then be done with the pod. So I know that sounds like a lot of moving pieces, but like it's not even the half of it, because there are so many things that we were finally getting the answers on in the last couple of days. Like, when was the tiny house going to be finished? So what's going on with the property? We're waiting for the RV park campsite to get back to us after getting a photo of our tiny house to know if it will work size-wise. And then another place that we're looking into, they are making sure that they have a 50 amp setup with utility hookups that doesn't go under their low-hanging power lines, because it's a 14-foot tall tiny house, which is in the regulations. That's making it really easy for us. Is it's completely road certified. It is 14 feet tall and then 28 by 8, which is within the road guidelines, where you don't have to have that oversized load sign driving with like another car in front or behind that you see on the road sometimes. So if it's over 8.5 feet wide, that's when you need to have that sign. And then even just like the idea of driving with our kitties for 8 to 10 hours has definitely been interesting thinking about. We are going to get roof racks for our car. We actually just bought them online from Amazon today, and then a bag to be able to put things in on that roof rack. So we figure even if we have enough room in our car to be able to pack everything that we need for a week. So clothes, I am bringing bedding because we're going to be there for so long, and I just bought a new set of the Attitude bamboo bedding that I really want to use, and it's a queen size, and the bed at the Airbnb is a queen size. So we can't use it here because we have a king, so I'm just really excited to use it. So I'm going to use that there and then bring it with us, obviously, to the tiny. Hi, Mr. Moo. Hi, did I spread you all with my fingers? So that, clothes, vlogging stuff, toiletries, all the cat stuff, obviously, so like litter boxes, water fountains, the food feeders, and maybe an espresso machine, maybe an air fryer. So just the things add up, you know. I want to bring my pillow, the things add up. My hand massager guy in case my hand is bothering me, because I plan on doing a lot of work, a lot of editing and vlogging and stuff, so I don't want my hand to be bothering me. I feel like it's just going to be such a cute environment to be able to get some stuff. But speaking of the espresso machine, the espresso machine is not working. I literally made a drink a couple days ago. Made myself beautiful espresso. Great latte. Went to make one for Jared right afterwards, and it wouldn't grind. It just stopped grinding. So we were looking to see if there were any repair companies that were local that could just give it a little touch up, whatever it needed. But all of them were booked out. So that wasn't an option. And Jared is very handy, but sometimes it's like we don't have a lot of time. So what were we going to get shipped to us? We can figure out what it is, and then if it doesn't work, order something else. When's that going to get shipped to us? We were just nervous about that. But he was able to find what he thinks he needs that will arrive in just a few days. So at the moment, I've been latte machineless, which is not the end of the world, but I have felt the lack of caffeine in my system. And I also typically drink another drink that has like a little bit of caffeine and B12 in it, and not having that because unfortunately when I went to buy it this month they were out of it. And my body is just like, no caffeine. No caffeine. And by no caffeine, I mean no caffeine at home, but I've gotten Pete's coffee twice. There's actually a cup sitting right next to me. So I can't pretend that I haven't had any caffeine, but it's, you know, it's just different. I want my espresso machine to work. It's a great espresso machine. It could be our fault because we did not descale it ever, and we've had it for 1.5 to 2 years, so Jared's thinking that that's very possible. But he did buy a new grinder online, and then another like top part that had broken off we rebought online. Hopefully we can fix it and bring the espresso machine. And with our tiny house, it's so cute. I'm so excited. But there have definitely been like little things. Like today they reached out because they couldn't find the sink and they thought that it wasn't delivered. We're like calling the company we bought it from and trying to figure out where it is. And they end up texting us like, oh, sorry, we found it. It was like over this place. I'm like, okay, cool. No big deal. Just mini panic attack. But obviously at least they found it. And then, this is like, I feel so bad about this. And it was hard for me to even request that they change this. But I don't know. I always want to not be afraid to ask for clarifications on things, especially if I'm paying for something. I don't want to not wanting to bring something up and then I'm constantly thinking about it or regretting it in the future, or it's like, oh, I could have done something differently. So basically, I drew a schematic for the tiny house and like where everything could go in placement. And in this drawing, I requested that a wall be built on part of the master loft that we could put like a bookshelf or something on the other side. I drew it one way and then I sent an example photo just so that they could see the type of thing I was talking about. And in what I drew, the wall is on the left portion, but in the picture that I sent, it's on the right portion. And so they did the wall on the right portion, which unfortunately, like, is, of course we could make it work, and that's why I kept telling myself, like, oh, it's fine, we can make it work. They've already finished all the flooring, they've already done all of the walls, they've done all the painting, but with the wall being on the side that they put it, it would make it so that the ladder for the master loft would go right in front of the door. So, like, if you're constantly leaving the ladder up, it's right in front of the door. Like, I'm sure, I mean, I haven't seen the ladder up exactly, so I'm not sure it's angle. So I'm sure you can still walk through the double doors, but it would be a lot more hindered and just not as aesthetically pleasing as pictured or as it could be. And then we also picture in the future to build a staircase ourselves. We had talked to the tiny house people about doing it, but with the timeline that we were looking for, they just didn't think that it would make sense. So in the future, if we wanted to, we wouldn't be able to build a staircase the way that it was with it being so close to the door. We would have to adjust it ourselves. So I initially was just kind of sitting on it mentally, like, oh, I don't really want to say anything. I don't like inconveniencing other people. But I think that in some situations it makes sense saying something, and then thank goodness she got back to me today. Well, she got back to me yesterday. We were talking about it, and I did bring it up. And I tried to do a positive sandwich, say something positive, bring up the thing, but then also compliment. They are doing a great job, and I am very grateful for what they're doing, but things pop up. So she got back to me today and she said that they will be able to adjust it, so I'm so excited about that. She also sent me a picture of the bathroom. The tiny house for me is the silver lining with all of this, because we're still gonna have a tiny house. So no matter what we end up doing, no matter where we end up, we will have this place that's going to feel new construction-y. It will give me a breath of fresh air. And it's not that I don't know. I feel like I put a lot on certain situations, like when this, then that. So when we have a tiny house, then everything will feel better. And I don't want to do that. And I know that I don't need all of this change to be able to change how I feel about my life and about myself and about just internally. I know I don't need all of that. But we are kind of going through this change to be able to get a different feel, kind of slow down with life, and be able to focus on our hobbies and the things that we enjoy and each other, and just not be so crazy in our brains everywhere all the time, because that is currently how we feel. I'm excited for this change. Okay. Before the next week, I got my to-do list in the iPad here. I love using the pencil planner app. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it wasn't free. I do think I paid something for it, but it's a calendar where you can have notes and stuff. But I've got a whole list of things to do here. They include solidifying the pod/shipping container. I do need to buy a couple things for the tiny house, but they're things that we'll be installing, so it's not like I even have to do it right this second. And what's funny also with moving in this way, is we don't have an exact address for an extended period of time. We are going to get a P.O. box once we go up there, which I'll then end up using with the joint purpose with our business. And so we'll probably get the P.O. box, but then keep it for this channel and for future channels or future things that we do business-wise. So that will be really convenient, but at the moment I have no idea what our address is going to be. So I'm buying things that I feel confident that they will arrive by the time that we leave within the next week. And other things I'm like, well, I guess we're just going to have to wait until we have a P.O. box. I need to order a hanging table and a medicine cabinet for the tiny house. We also are running into the glitch of our refrigerator. I thought was going to arrive in good timing to our place here. I thought we should have already had it, but we are now waiting for it to get delivered to a warehouse, and then once it's at the warehouse, we can schedule when it will be delivered to our address. But the warehouse delivery is the 19th through the 25th, and we leave the 24th. So it's like, okay, so it might deliver to your warehouse in time, but what if it doesn't? Hopefully it lines up with timing. So many things, so many things. Where's our fridge going to be? When we have a fridge? I don't know. On the to-do list, the next one was fridge delivery. I didn't even know that. So we've been in communication with them and clarifying things. We need to keep doing that. I have like 5 people that we still need to get in contact with that I swear that we would see them before we left. So I need to reach out to these people. I have a friend who bought a chair that needs to pick it up. I have a dress that a friend's gonna pick up from me. We need to take down all of our cat shelves, fill the holes, and repaint in those areas. Change our address. Finish scheduling the tiny house delivery, now that we actually have that date set. Finish scheduling the RV campsite. We did buy the roof rack and the roof bag, so now we just need to install those when they arrive this week. Finish planning things with mom. We are going to donate a lot of cat things that we have, both for my mom, my grandma, and ourselves, to, there's a place in El Cajon called Friends of Cats. They are an amazing organization, nonprofit. So we are going down there to donate a bunch of things that we have tomorrow, actually. So that will get a lot of things out of the garage. As you can hear, the garage door opening. Jared just got home, running some errands. You hear him, buddy? You hear Daddy? You gonna go get him? Hi. We need to finish our donation pickup. We have like huge totes that need to be picked up for donation, exchange 2 solar panels, and cancel some of our utilities. So, but with all of that on the to-do list, that's going to keep us plenty busy on top of seeing the friends and family that we still need to see in that time. So, yeah, a week, 7 days. It's gonna be fun, right? Right. I hope you guys are as excited for this next chapter as we are, and it's going to be an adventure no matter what. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Give this video a like if you're enjoying it. That way I know. Feel free to leave any questions below, and at some point I'll do a question and answer once I've gotten a handful of questions down there, just on the whole process of whether it's getting the tiny house, moving, whatever it is. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Wish me luck.